Hello my dear Pisces, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between December 16 and December 31st, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I used the Tarot of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore and illustrated by Julia Jeffrey, and I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, we see the Hierophant and Ten of Cups. The Hierophant, it's kind of society or commitment, and the Ten of Cups is families, love, marriage, things like this. So it might be a commitment on the horizon for Pisces, or you have the desire to commit and maybe stabilize your life in some way. Okay, so I call the Divine with Love and Light, Five of Pentacles. So the Hierophant is 5, and this is connected to the Hierophant, the Five of Pentacles. It's the different, like you want to have connection with other people, and therefore you are trying to be really good to be able to get the love and attention from other people. But Five of Pentacles indicates that you don't feel like you are included, or maybe you would like to have more support from the people around you that loves you. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, 6 of Cups, that has came for like all the other sun signs when I have shuffled, or sun sign, astrological signs when I have shuffled. This is for sun, moon and rising and whatever you want to use it for, because it's just astrological reading for Pisces. So it has come, but only as a potential, because it hasn't shown up in the actual readings later on. So 6 of Cups is a kind of reconciliation, nostalgia, healing your childhood, healing childhood patterns, past lives, second chances with healing karmas, and so on and so forth. So I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Pisces viewers. So I want my dear Pisces to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. We didn't want to see that. It's a tower, but it's also the Emperor. So it seems like if you have had a male stubborn entity, either it can be a girl or a boy, male or female, but like a male stubborn entity, their male side is being very present, and they have a lot of like boundaries and building walls around them, and this is how it is, and you know, things like that. And you have the blasted beach, so this is the tower. So it might be that this person's walls will fall, and you had 8 of Pentacles together with Ace of Cups. So it seems like they might open up their heart, like a stubborn person in your life that have been unavailable maybe up till now. The Divine it's like by divine synchronicity, you see the flashes here, and it's wind, everything is happened with the will of the universe and the Divine. These walls are being teared down, and Ace of Cups can be showed, like their heart can start glowing. So it might be that you have like a masculine entity falling in love with you, like you have made their walls crumbling down. And as I said, it can be like a female or a male, just that they are a little bit guarded maybe with their heart, and likes to be in control a lot. And 8 of Pentacles is working together, like problem solving. So 6 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles together is maybe reconciling and solving your relationship problems, or reconciling in the sense that you are connecting on a heart level with the Ace of Cups as well, and be able to solve your problems. So it might be in other relationships too. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can also be work-related relationships. Okay. So I will just tune in for a few seconds to your reading. Okay, my dear Pisces, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. The past is probably November, December, beginning of December 2017, and we have the moon here. In these days when I'm doing this, oh, I don't even remember what date it is. I think it's the 2nd of December today. And we will have the full moon in Gemini tomorrow. So the moon is this kind of energy. It can make you very restless. You can feel like a lot of pain, and you don't really understand, like emotional pain, and you don't really understand what it is. What does it wants to tell you? So you can be like becoming a little bit nervous around the full moons. So I'm just trying to make you aware of this emotion that the moon brings with it. So if you have had this experience, or you have this experience now during the full moon, when I'm or the start of the full moon when I'm doing this, you will know what I'm talking about and what the moon represents. It's like pulling your waters. I have seen an image in my head when I have done meditations on the moon, like with a female like this, but she's swimming in shark-infested waters, and it's underwater creatures there, and she's swimming towards a passage with 2 towers. But really she's aiming more towards the bottom, where a big chest of a treasure is open, and there's a key also there that she can open the chest with, so it's glimmering in the shadowy waters. And this is kind of what this is. When you go into the realm of your emotions, there's a lot of sharks there, and crocodiles, and big sea monsters of different kinds wants to eat you up. And that's the dangerous emotions, like feeling fear, or feeling hurt, or feeling traumatized. All those things are kind of symbolized with these underwater creatures. When you don't fear this anymore, when you don't fear your inner pain, you will get friends with those creatures. You might even become, like, you might be eaten by a shark and you get the power of the shark. So becoming a little bit more bitchy maybe, because okay, so we won't go into that. But so it seems like you have been diving deep in your emotional ocean, and find a lot of treasures there, but also a lot of things that you fear. And I urge you to face those fears head on. If you fear, for example, losing your face, like with the emperor losing his face with the tower, being exposed as a vulnerable person, I urge you to go with that. Expose yourself and your vulnerability. And it doesn't mean that other people will, take care of you because you show your vulnerability, but you will take care of you. Okay, so you tell a person, this is how I feel, and if they don't care, you align with you. Okay, so you keep the emperor, the part of emperor that you need to protect yourself, and you don't get all bitter on them. We have free will, so they don't have to, accept your offer, the gift you're offering them. And sometimes we want to try many times to offer the gift of our vulnerability to them, because we feel the love for this person, and we want to connect with them on a soul level and maybe build something with them. And some people can be very slow. I'm one of those people that's a little bit slow with opening my heart. But when I finally realized that there's a potential, I can be very quick with open my heart. But the other person can have tried for a very long time to get my attention, and I haven't really noticed them. Okay, so we shouldn't give up with showing our vulnerability. It's just when some person say, no, thank you. Okay, I don't want this. Or when you feel like you start to get upset, or you don't want to wait anymore, then you start to put up those boundaries. And okay, so you take the no as an answer. So they are not interested. You accept their free will. You accept that you don't have any control. So I think it's a little bit of that's happening. You can be the emperor and have control over you and have boundaries to protect you, but you can't control other people. So these walls are going to fall. You can be vulnerable with them and try to connect with them, but if they say no, you need to accept and, let go of control. So accept whatever happens. So you'll help this tower event to do its work in your life, so you don't have to, you know, lose things that you actually really want to keep, because the Tower can be a real cleaning out if you don't listen to the messages and you don't understand what they want to say. And here we have 7 of Cups, so it's kind of minor arcana moon card. It's feelings being all confused. You don't know what you want, you don't know what you feel all like it's like you don't know if that person loves you, you don't know if you love them, you don't know why you fall in love with the wrong people, you don't know why you feel like this with this person. So it's a lot of illusions due to your feelings. The moon is like, there's illusions, but there's also knowledge. When there's a full moon, there's often big revelations happening. So it might be that we are actually seeing, like, even in your past here, it might be from the previous moon. I don't remember. I think it was in Scorpio, so that makes sense, because maybe it was in Scorpio. Well, it doesn't matter, but the last full moon I felt was really powerful, and this might have brought this up to the surface. And since this is also the past, it's November, second part of December, it's probably this full moon when I'm thinking this through, like the Gemini full moon. It might make you a little bit like you want to see things from different angles, like you want to see the other person's perspective and your perspective, and you want to kind of judge your feelings a little bit, and if they are allowed to be there or not. But I urge you to not do that, okay? The feelings are allowed to be there. You need to accept them, because if you don't accept them, you will continue being like this illusioned. You won't know what your emotions wants to say to you. So go with the red thread of your emotions, go with them, and you can say to a person, I don't know why I'm so emotional right now, but this is how I feel. So you don't have to you know, be all dramatic and put a big scene. You can take responsibility for your feelings, and you can still have them, and you can still communicate them. Having them, communicating them, that's the keys, okay, for healing them as well, because you're giving them a lot of attention and you're following their lead. So you're following their lead to the secret that they want to reveal for you. Maybe the secret is that you don't feel loved in this relationship. Maybe the secret is that you don't love the person that you're with. There can be a lot of secrets that you actually don't want to have revealed, and that's why you're feeling disillusioned, because you don't want to believe in what your feelings is trying to tell you. But we should always follow the emotions lead to wherever it takes us, because it will give us knowledge, like with the High Priestess, when she's tapping into the moon and getting the knowledge. And you want this knowledge because it's going to help you on your personal growth, and also to bring happiness. And here we see the Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is kind of a little bit of the Emperor's Tower. Okay, and we know that it was in danger of falling. So, but here it's like it's recently discovered inside of you with the Nine of Wands. It's like you have gone deep through this moon in this scene I told you about, swimming down to the treasures, and you found your true strength there, like the true strength, not the strength of the ego, like I won't let anyone get to me and I will never expose my feelings to anyone. I'm going to win over all of them. They were never going to know that they hurt me. That's the ego one. The real one might be, okay, I accept that I feel like this person doesn't love me, and I will walk away from them because now I've tried, I've done everything in my power to make them love me, and they didn't, so I walk away. So that is how you use your strength from now on, and it's coming from the bottom of your soul. It's coming from acceptance as well, like accepting whatever you feel, and doing what's necessary with that information. So, okay, and you take the consequences, and you're being strong. It's like you have this stamina, okay, to really follow the hero's road, like being a person that is very, that is living accordingly with their, not moral codes, but values, okay, living accordingly with their values. So it's also giving you a lot of self-respect when you finally realize that this person is never going to get interested in me, and now I've tried, and I've tried everything in my power to really follow my heart's desire, as long as this road did take me, but now I'm starting to get like angry with them and resentful. So now it's time to leave. I will take the consequences of that. This didn't work out. All the work I put into is not wasted. I have, like, all the things that you have done during this trip has probably taught you a lot of things. But with the 9 of Wands, it might be that you are now building some boundaries around you. But be careful so you don't like become too protective of yourself, so you withdraw from people totally. It's the 9 of Wands, so it's connected to the hero, like the lonesome road of the hero, bleeding alone, dying alone. You don't want that, but a little part of that you want. You want to be able to walk away from the high priest, like society, a stable relationship or whatever it is, and do revolution against it and go into the hermit mode if the situation wasn't bringing you the things that you wanted from this situation. So you can renew yourself and make yourself ready for a new start. But of course, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as, you know, ending a thing. It can just be like, no, I'm going to do this my way. It doesn't mean that you have to end a lot of relationship. It's just, I'm just trying to paint a picture that's very clear so you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll turn this again and I will try to remember 5 seconds and I will have forgotten. Okay, this is your past, Pisces, and we have the 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands is someone fighting for something. It's something that you want, and you have given it a lot of energy. It's like you're fighting for a certain quest, and it's also this that you have learned through the years here, what you like and what you dislike. So you start to be able to say yes and no. And therefore you're becoming more goal-oriented. But all the 7 has a challenge, and this challenge is to be able to vocalize these yes and no's. Like, even if it was going to make you not being popular in society in the 5, the hermit, you are still going to speak your mind. So it's like a test of your bravery, that you are brave enough to stand up for yourself no matter what. So it's Mars in Leo, actually. So it's a little bit of a warrior energy, but it's like fighting for like these values of yours. You fight for the values. You are rising your own dignity. You don't let anyone drag you along in the dirt anymore. It's like a very proud energy, but it's not trying to get people to like them. So it's proud in a way that's a little bit also humble, because you don't force other people to think in the way that you do, but you won't change your mind about how you want things. Okay, and here you have a 4 of Swords. So 4 of Swords is a little bit withdrawal. Maybe you have used up a lot of energy here. See, I have already forgotten. Moon. Okay, you have used up a lot of energy here, fighting for your right to do whatever it is that you do, or have whatever it is you want to have. And with the 4 of Swords, it's like a truth. It's like you don't have the power to fight for it anymore. So it might be that you have put a lot of, like, a strong statement, and then there has been a pause. Like maybe you have told someone where your boundary are, and then it has been some silence after that. And here we have an 8 of Cups. So 8 of Cups is also rather connected to the Moon card. 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups. It's like when you have learned about your feelings, you take the consequences of them, and you leave a situation. So it seems like you are leaving a situation that where you needed to fight a lot against some power that were against you. Maybe you and your partner had different ideas of how a relationship should be, or maybe you had to stand up for yourself at work or something similar. And here it seems like you are giving up a little bit of the whole project. 8 of Cups is like leaving a lot of leaving a lot of emotional relationships behind, or a lot of relationships that have drained you also emotionally. So with the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Cups here, it's like a drained energy. You might have been like on sick leave, or feeling really low energy, or maybe you have been like withdrawing a little bit from people in this past time, and because it's like you can't align with them, you can't find common ground with them. You're standing here like this proud warrior, and you can't find common ground with these people, so therefore you are kind of leaving. Or it might be that another person is leaving you because of the same reason. So it might go both ways. You have to apply this on your situation. I'm reading one, I try to read one situation, and then you can interpret on which side of the fence you are. Like, oh no, this is my fiance that has been doing this, being depressed or walking away from our wedding plans, or whatever it can be. But it might be you doing this, or it might be another entity doing this. But it's going on, this energy is in your life, and either you're yin or you're yang of this situation. Yes, here it was 7 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 7 of Wands. All the sevens are challenges. You have emotional challenges and heroic challenges. Like, heroic means kind of that you need to stand up for yourself and align with yourself, not into, you know, stubbornness, not for egocentric reasons, but to save your soul. Okay, and here we have a 3 of Cups. So 3 of Cups is a very emotional card. It's like maybe these people that you are withdrawing from is people that you also are like very, very connected to. Maybe also through dreams, and you since you get a lot of dreamy cards like the Moon and 7 of Cups and 8 of Cups. So it might be that even if you have left people behind, you might still have connection with them through dreams. So this is the Holy Trinity, like people that you feel connected to, like really connected to. So it might be that you're still connected to a person that you are not seeing eye to eye with. But also this, what you're doing here when you're leaving to find people where you connect on an equal level. Like you can have a soul connection with, and you don't have to like buckle head all the time. You can just understand each other. You're on the same level. So it might be this that you want. And for some of you, it might be that you're also going out and partying and trying to forget about the old situation, trying to have fun, trying to raise your vibration to become happy again and not be so like a little bit depressed here. Maybe you want to socialize again and have fun again. So you might have restored some of your energy, actually probably because you have been able to say no to something that you didn't want, or you have been able to put a boundary. So now you have more energy for yourself that you can actually invest in situation that's valuable for you. The 3 of Cups is also like this treasure. It's your strength, but it's also like the strength is there, but it's also your capacity to actually, you know, find the people that you are supposed to be with. If you are becoming more authentic, you're starting to vibrate on the level that they can actually find you. And we can only hope that they are starting to become authentic, so you can find them too. Because if you both are acting like something that you're not, you will be far apart. But when you start to act more authentically, you will eventually find each other. Okay. And here in the center you have a 6 of Pentacles. So it seems like you're in a very friendly energy during this past half, the second half of December 2017. So it might be that you are in a Christmas mood, and you're working together with people to try to make like a nice get together. Like everyone helps with the food and with the dishes and with dressing the tree and going out with the garbage and you know, taking care of the children, so everyone can feel happy, everyone can have a nice Christmas. So it's like you're sharing the burdens, and it actually doesn't become burden because of that. It's just fun to do those things together and prepare for Christmas together, like a family, or also at work you can have this, or in your friends' situations. It might be new projects also starting. I don't see the aces, but I sense like a totally new vibration. But it might be because you're leaving the situation that didn't give you what you wanted, and they were kind of under your dignity, like they were not worthy of you, and you have like treated yourself unworthy with staying in these situations. But here you are getting back your worthiness with people that actually loves you and actually loves to spend time with you. So for you cross-watchers, this might be for you and not for the Pisces person that you're cross-watching with. So you know this, that this energy comes true like yin and yang, and it comes true for the people that actually watch my readings. So it's by synchronicity. I don't really know how it works, but if you watch this, it might be talking about your Pisces person, but if you recognize yourself in this, it's probably about you, that this is how you need to treat your Pisces person that you want to check up on. Okay. That you need to leave them and, you know, find people that treat you better. That's a song for you, Pisces. Treat you better. Every girl like you needs a gentleman. It's something like that. I will put it up in the description box if I remember. So I will put it up in the description box with the singer-songwriters, the singer anyway, and the lyrics, like the name of the song, sorry, and the lyrics. Okay, and here you have a Six of Wands. So it seems like a lovely energy. Six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, though, is tending to, that you're building up to something again, where maybe you try to be very good towards people or shine, like in the group you are in, so they will like you. So be a little bit aware of that. So you don't step away from the road of authenticity again and lose yourself in this, like, oh, now you have found this group that you can be so happy with, and you say yes to everything that they think is a good idea, and then you're on a slippery slope back to where you were before. So be mindful of that. But the sixes are connected to the Lovers card, and the three are connected to the Empress card. So you have both Empress and the Lovers kind of here. So that means a lot of love and compassion and understanding, and very fertile situation with friends, lovers, co-workers, whatever it can be. And a situation where you actually work together to create win-win situations, and not like riding on each other's back and trying to put each other down. So if you're dealing with a person that's not giving you, like, they don't give you attention, they don't consider you, your emotions, they don't love you enough, you're with the wrong crowd. This is what this reading says. If you feel like crap because of the people that you're together with, you need to find a new crowd to be together with. And you might change, like, this difficult partner, boyfriend from HELL, or girlfriend from the same place, to your family. Okay, you might need to do that, or to choose, like, be with your partner instead of your friends. That's kind of like a little bit toxic right now, or whatever it is. So you choose who you spend your time with. Don't waste your time with people that doesn't treat you with dignity. I think dignity is a very big word for Pisces. You need to be treated with dignity. Also treat other people with dignity. Don't let people treat you unworthy, and don't treat people unworthy. So if you don't love a person, tell them. Don't drag them along forever and ever. And if you don't feel loved, state that, see if the person will change, and in other case, find a better crowd. Don't waste your time with people that doesn't have your best interest at heart. Okay, a little speech. And here you have the future with the Nine of Wands, like your strength, your boundaries. And here you have the Queen of Swords. So this is the first person I see in this reading. We have the moon that's connected to Cancer, and Pisces and Scorpio also. For me, it's mostly Cancer. For other readers, it's mostly Pisces. Queen of Swords is for me Libra. It can also be Aquarius or a Gemini person, but it might as easily be you with this watery swords combination. Watery airy combination. It might be that you now are able to judge, like, who's going to be in your life and who's not. Or you have a person in your life that's going to be able to judge this. They have drawn a line in the sand. You have drawn a line in the sand. And you will watch people from now on. Like, what are they saying? You will just not giggle and, you know, go along with whatever it is to keep everyone happy and not have any arguments. You will say, but this, what you just said about this and that, I don't really agree with you. From my point of view, it's more like this. So you're always being authentic, not this small white lies, no more. You're becoming more and more true to your visions, more and more true to your perception of things. When you hear something that make your moon here, your Pisces moon, wobble like this, you feel the bad feeling. Then you know someone said something, someone did something, or you thought about something that is like feels as a threat to you, or something that you need to put the light on, because the warning signal doesn't come so you can ignore it. It comes so you will wake up, and here is a person waking up. They can see clearly. They can they take the messages. The Queen of Swords is very intuitive with these. Like, she can see other people for what they are. It's not like she's my own flaw is that I usually see people as they are in the core of their soul. So I miss the whole theatrical thing that they do with the mask on. So I always encounter them as the person that they are in their soul. And that makes rooms for a lot of mistakes and a lot of misunderstandings, because I can see a person's core and I see that they are good. And I treat them like they are a good person, but really they can be like obnoxious or really difficult to deal with. So I have also learned this, what you Pisces learn now, that to start to have an ability to judge people. Some people are very over-judging, so they judge people for everything. Oh, look at their clothes, look at their handbag, look at how they treat their children, look at how they like how they treat their like how they treat their lawn, or look at their ugly car, or you know, whatever they do. It's like they are, this is when the Queen of Swords is going crazy. Okay, when she's going like haywire, and you just need like a little drop of that, being able to have a little bit of an eye, like Odin in your wisdom well, the moon or the cups, the emotions, to give a warning signals like blink, 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 blink to your Queen of Swords, your intelligence. Okay, so your intelligence or your awareness, your consciousness can see what that signal is about. Okay, now a beam is going off here. I feel very comfortable. What was it? And you kind of rewind the tape to the place where this occurred. So you try to remember, what was it that this person said in the moment that my... so it might be like simple thing. It doesn't have to be something nauseous or something stupid that the other person says. It might be just that they reminded you on something like a chore that you needed to do, or that a person and you are in conflict, or whatever they brought up to the surface. And then you take notice. Okay, I am very anxious about this chore I need to do, or I'm anxious still about this conflict. So you might turn the conversation into that topic and say, oh, I have this chore I need to do, so I need to plan in and actually doing it because it's hanging over me. So you're giving it attention and you're solving it, and when you have actually solved it, you will be able to pat yourself on the shoulder because you actually went through with something that you needed to do, but you were not comfortable with doing it. But it might also be that something that they're saying, like you are on a first date and this person says, well, I want to be friends like for a very long time before I hook up with someone. Okay, and you feel like alarm, alarm, alarm. Okay, and that means, oh, so you will want to clarify, and you will draw a boundary. So you will clarify by asking, okay, so you mean you want friends with benefit kind of relationship without commitment? And they say yes, or maybe not, kind of, and you draw a line in the sand. No, that is not what I'm looking for. I'm sorry. So if that is what you're looking for, yes, this is a nice date, nice date, and we can finish our meals, but I don't see that we have any future. So that is you drawing the line in the sand. So you don't ever have to, with the Queen of Swords in this place, you won't ever have to deal with this kind of people again. Like being deeply entangled with them and get kids with them and you know, be forever in love with them, even if they are so stupid. Because now you will listen to your warning signals and you will put a boundary, and that's that. So, and you said to the universe, thank you for this chance. It was a great opportunity for me to test my skills of being able to judge a situation and put boundaries. Thank you. And please, if I'm ready, send someone that's also ready for a committed love relationship. And you see this as a little bit of a numbers game with people that you can't keep them all in your life. You can't be friends with everyone. And there's an abundance. I don't mean to throw away your friends just because they don't think the same way that you do. Friends are precious. Lovers are precious. Family are precious. But when you are tormented by them, or being drained by them, or there's some kind of vampirism going on, or someone is using you because you are comfortable to be with, but they really don't want a future with you, or not committing with you, or whatever has been going on here. You don't sell yourself to those kind of relationships anymore, but you still treasure the one that's, you know, the one that makes you feel this good. You treasure them and you want to be friends, but you're always being authentic. So you're not lying to your friends and saying that you like something that you really don't like. It's one thing if it's about the other person. If they say, don't you love my new hairstyle? And you think like she looked better before. You can say, I love that you love it. I preferred how you looked before, but it might be because I'm not used to seeing you like this. It's like you have changed yourself so much. I'm not used to it, but I think the hairdresser was really skilled in getting your bangs like that. So you can like be positive with the things that you see and not bring a person down and make them feel awful about themselves just because you don't like their haircut. But you don't have to lie either. Okay, so you need to start to become more intelligent when you're talking with people, more diplomatic as well, and more straightforward, and all that in the same person. So it's kind of requiring of you to evolve a little bit here. So I'm not saying that you were stupid before, but I'm just saying that people's relationship is usually very complicated, so you need to be very awake and aware. Okay, and here we have the Five of Swords. So the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords. Okay, so whenever you recognize a situation that is like the situation you have just left behind, Five of Swords, that this energy comes in again, wants to steal your stuff, wants to eat you alive, wants to prey on you, you are being aware. You see, she's so aware, and she knows, she has the experience from before being attacked like this, because Five of Swords is kind of attacked in conflict and things like this. And it might also mean that, see here, it might be someone coming back and saying that they're sorry, and you might not like that, okay? Because maybe they're coming back and saying that they're sorry in a way that is a little bit aloof, like with the Four of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. It's like a little bit like this friends with benefits kind of energy. So it might be someone coming back and kind of wants to say that they're sorry, or they kind of wants you back in the game, and you will say, you will rip their head off with this energy. Queen of Swords, she's cutting heads as it is, and with the Five of Swords, you might be a real danger. But it might be some other person that you encounter that's also sharp like this. And so if you're, sorry. Oh, okay. So my voice, sorry. Queen of Swords, Five of Swords. It might be someone else coming in like this, disturbing the peace with you. Maybe they have something that they want to say. Maybe they have something on their mind that they want to bring up with you. We will see. And here we have the Eight of Swords. I actually misinterpreted the Five of Swords for the Eight of Swords. And then the Eight of Swords came, and it's this ravens. The ravens is usually warnings. It's like this warning with your, you know, your moon. So it's giving you warning. The ravens are giving you warning. It's like Odin. He had two ravens, Hugin and Mumin. It's in Swedish. I don't know. Hugin maybe. Hugin and Mumin maybe in English, but Hugin and Mumin in Swedish. And he had these two. They were like circling above. Just like the Queen of Swords, like being able to see a situation from above and judge it. So he had this, and he was sending out these ravens to all over the world, and they came back with messages. So it might be that you will hear some gossip about something. Maybe someone is going to make you a little bit mad with what they have been saying or what they have been doing. So some bad messages might come true for you. And also, Odin put one eye in the wisdom well, and you have done so with the moon here, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups. So you can get this warning signal now. So I'm thinking you are going to be like immensely tested. Or if you are Pisces cross-watcher, you might be tested by your Pisces, that they are going to see. Like the divine wants to see if you will be able to see this clearly right now, that there's an attack upon you. With the 8 of Swords, it's like 5 of Swords is like a person wanting to have conflict with you because they want to steal your energy, or you're afraid of defeat, you're afraid of conflict, you fear of losing energy in this way. So it might be from different sides. With 8 of Swords, it's kind of being judged by other people. So she's judgy, and of course she has people that judges her too. So it might be also talking about like clearing up your conversations with people, that you don't slander talk others or talk badly about others, and they will stop slandering talking you. And if people are slandering talking you and you don't slandering talking others, it might be that you will start giving justice to yourself with the Queen of Swords, because it's often like this. If you have a shadow, it might be one or two things. Either you are like them, exactly like them, and you need to see it, or you are being victimized by them and you need to see it. You need to kind of take in their superpower. Their superpower might be slander, communication. Your superpower needs to be communication too, but not slander, but actually talking very truthfully. Like, I see what you're doing, this is what you're doing, and you're addressing this person and their behavior. So with 8 of Swords, it might be like a lot of people standing around you and judging you, and you need to be very honorable with both how you're treating other people, but mostly with the 8s here, honorable with yourself, like using your strength and your self-love to align with you, no matter what the surrounding might say. I lose his face behind her arm there all the time. So okay. This is mainly what I see with this, that you need to be very strong for yourself and not taking it personally when someone says something about you, and like let it get to you and, you know, stuck on you like this, like a black energy somewhere. Rather see it like, okay, this person doesn't have my best interest at heart. So you don't go with their energy. If they judge you, you don't continue judging yourself. You actually just turn it around, like they don't have my best interest at heart. And you tell them, I see that you don't have my best interest at heart because of what you told me. So you need to become more clear with these things, so you can be in relationship with people and have this all this warmth and fun without it turning out ugly in the end, because people haven't really, you know, talked about the elephant in the room. And maybe you have a person that's really nice, but they are also saying like sting, 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 sting. It can be a relative doing like this, for example, around Christmas. That you, okay, so you still don't have a job, okay, so you still haven't married, so sting, 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 and you tell them, like, you hurt me with this, you make me feel unworthy because I don't have the job that you approve of, or I'm not living the life in the way that you want. So that might interrupt the Christmas spirit a little bit, but I still think you need to do like this. You don't have to be rude about it. You can have a very soft voice and just look the person warmly or calmly in the eye, like straight in the eye, and they will probably feel a little bit shamed and stop doing that, hopefully. Nine of Wands, you need to have boundaries, okay? And also boundaries towards yourself, to your own behavior. Then don't go around and slander talking people. Don't go around and try to steal their energy. Don't try to point out their flaws and make them feel unworthy. So if it's like you are doing this, or if someone doing this to you. Okay, so I will take some card for you from the Oracle of Visions. I will actually find new I will use new oracle decks, I hope, in the future. I have found some I want to use because I feel they are getting old. I'm sorry, because you haven't seen all the pictures yet. They just come up the same pictures sometimes for people or signs. So, but I want to renew myself. So here we see the Pisces is kind of breathing in the air from the airy realms. So I think it's like this. You're becoming more the Queen of Swords, and you're visiting this realm and taking in its power, its transformation, but it's just visiting. You see, it's a dome inside the ocean. So you're Pisces, so you will come here and visit from time to time when you need it, when you hear the alarm go off. Like, that wasn't nice of her to say that. And then you will visit this realm and tell. Okay, so not all being emotional and just, you know, taking the hits because you can't connect with this airy realm. So I think you have done a great job here, and you're going to be tested. It's like you did this job already here, but here you are going to be tested. So I want to see a little bit what's going on there. As above, so below. Okay, so it might be a little bit with this mirroring what I told you, that if someone is treating you like this, you probably treat yourself like this, or you treat other people like this. So you need to change in that department. See it, be aware of it, and make a change. So I'll read this card for you because I like the text of these cards. This is known as the Heaven and Earth card, because whatever exists in heaven in your thoughts can and does exist here on earth in your actual life. It is our perception on how we interact with ourselves here on earth and whether we have faith to believe. This vibration is found both in air and earth, and so the two should be in balance. And in your case, it's air and water. Have a foot in both worlds and create your own equilibrium. Equilibrium. Yes, okay. As above, so below. When you feel that a person is attacking you, see what your first reaction is. Are you feeling intimidated and tend to agree with them? Then you are not better than them, and that might be what they want to point out, that you are doing this to you first. They are just, you know, picking up on an energy that you already have inside yourself, that you terribly judge yourself, and you think from things from different levels. With the Eight of Swords, it might be like you want to make everyone happy. And also, if you have a low self-esteem in some way, which I'm depicting a little bit because of all the fighting, it might be that you are wants to drag other people along with you, like drag them down with you and make them miserable too. Like you want to find flaws with them. This is what I told you about this judgmental people. They want to find flaws with others because they don't have any self-esteem of their own. So they are talking about the neighbor's car, so they don't have to think about their deep-rooted like hate for their own car that doesn't start in the morning. So it's often like this, that when a person is very judgmental, it's probably because they judge themselves very hard. And so you might need to look at that. Maybe you are dealing with people that's very judgmental and you need to put boundaries towards them. You have boundaries in both those cards. Or you are feeling a bad self-esteem and you're trying to drag others along with you. So, okay, my dear Pisces. I hope this helped. It's a very blue, beautiful energy with your oracle cards here. So I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care And I'm inviting you also to the New Year spread that will be presented in the middle of December for January 2018. So a new year for us all. I hope it will bring some lighter energy. Okay, bye bye.